This is the Mac Pro 6.1. I have dual boot set up. Actually, it's Bootcamp, so that it is running Windows 10 and now I have installed VMware Workstation player, which is free for non-commercial use. I've downloaded a Windows 7 ISO and I'm just going to be installing Windows 7 on this machine. I realized I don't actually have a Windows 7 system set up and running, so thought why not use this Mac Pro for virtual machines, and this is kind of the process, I guess. I've set up a 35 gig partition virtual machine, and I'll just show you the specifications of this Mac in case you haven't watched the other videos. It is an Intel Xeon E5-1680 V2 at 3 GHz. It's got 8 cores and 16 threads. VMware doesn't actually need this virtualization to be switched on, which is nice, which is why I'm not using Hyper-V, the free Windows one. It's got 16 gigs of memory. I've allocated 2 gigabytes to this virtual machine. It's got a 1 terabyte SSD, and I've split that in half, so roughly 500 is for Windows, 500 for Mac. I've got Wi-Fi, VMware network, and it's got dual D500 graphics processors. I'm also using the Max fan control software on this to adjust the CPU, rather the fan speed, so that it increases the fan speed as needed. The sort of defaults on the Mac are to keep this computer quiet rather than cool. So yeah. Looks like this install is going quite smoothly. I think the Mac Pro is quite good value for money if you get kind of one of the higher spec machines, and it's nice that this one came with 1 terabyte, as I don't really need to worry, or shouldn't need to worry about upgrading that at the moment. I guess coming from a PC use, normally I'm using PCs where you have sort of VGA, DVI, sometimes DisplayPort, you'll have HDMI. You tend to have a lot of different connectors on the PC that let you just connect any old monitor to it. On the Mac there's HDMI and kind of that's it, unless you use the Thunderport connections, which you can do, but coming from the PC world, sort of, it's a shame for me anyway that there's not just another kind of like additional connector, because like VGA or 2 HDMI or DisplayPort, for example, that would make it much easier for me to sort of plug in any old monitor, I guess. Yeah, an analog VGA would be great. So user, so this is Mac 7. Oh, why is my keyboard? Need to be inside the VMware. We will skip that for now. That's fine. Maybe I should have set it to private in case it goes on the internet. What is my cat doing? We're in Windows 7. So that was quick, painless, apart from waiting for the ISO to download. Let's have a look what we've got. Device manager. So display adapter, standard VGA, processors. So I've set this up with 2 cores. I thought that would be a nice amount. And here we've got 2 different cores. It's funny how similar Windows 7 is to Windows XP. This is basically the same as Windows XP. But it's just like a little bit fancier, I guess. Wonder if this has got a internet connection by default. Bluetooth, local area network connected. I'm not massively familiar with VMware. I haven't used it for a long time. So I don't know what its sort of default settings are. This is a very old browser. So I'm kind of thinking I should probably disconnect the network if it is connected. Okay, so it is connected. We've got some news. and we're running Windows 7 inside Windows 10 on a Mac. So let me disconnect the network. Disconnect. So that's disconnected there, that's great. So we have Windows 7. Let's see if we've got kind of the what kind of setup we've got. I don't know if it's right. May support Aero if I update my driver. Okay, I don't think it matters too much right now. I think it's just neat that we've got Windows 7. We've got the computer. We've got the install drive mounted. How much used? 10 gigabytes for the install. Cool. So that's Windows 7 on Windows 10 on Bootcamp on a Mac Pro. That was quick and easy. And is there anything on here? Music, sample music. And another one. So I'll play that and I'll try and get the visualization. Where is that? Visualizations. Random. Cool. Okay, so if you've watched this, thanks for watching. And if you have any other ideas of things I should do with this Mac, let me know. And have a great day. Thanks, bye. I've just entered full screen mode and I thought I'd show you this. Gonna change the resolution to match the monitor. And there we go, we have full screen Windows 7 running on the Mac.